for Team 27.
We were looking, and Lee Sin was looking to engage. He is wandering up. LeBlanc might be trying to get a little damage aggro on, going for it, and very, very solid trade by that LeBlanc, but she sticks around a little too long, and that Orianna able to get that trade back. Trade going up top with that Poppy, trying to get some damage on Camille, who does hit her with the W and heal up. Vi might head top based off seeing the Lee Sin there and see if she can end up contributing to this fight.
And it looks like Xayah is the first one to hit 6 in the bot lane. Ashe still not having her Enchanted Crystal Arrow ready yet. Also, top lane are both at level 6. Although I think in the scenario, Poppy being able to knock Camille out of her own ult is going to definitely win in a 1v1.
That is a very potent spell indeed, especially against a Camille. Another potent spell ult counter is Xayah. With that Ashe arrow or with that Nautilus ult, both of them are, as I've mentioned before, extremely powerful in their ability to lock down opponents. But Xayah, if she clicks her ult, she will literally be able to not get hit. She can just choose to not get hit by that ability.
Yeah, Xayah continuously being able to push in this wave is pushing a lot of pressure on the Ashe and Nautilus bot lane, having the CS under turret.
That was a Poppy stun against the wall, but Camille still wins the trade due to her earlier power spiking.
Lulu getting engaged here by the Lee Sin. Crystal Arrow going to come in, hit Lulu. Lulu having to alter herself. Vi's here as well, going in on the Lee Sin. Trying to get for the Nautilus. Poppy teleport going to come in. Teleport from Camille as well. Nautilus going to have to flash out. Camille in the top of jungle going to have to power out. And it looks like they might be going in for a re-engage. Orianna is here as well with her ult. Poppy going to ult away the Nautilus. It keeps going down. LeBlanc here now as well. It looks like we got a whole team fight in the bot lane. Both teams here. Camille goes down. Lee Sin going dangerously low with the Poppy shield. Orianna catching 4 members of the team. They're turning it around here. But I think both teams are going to back off unless LeBlanc's looking for more. Lee Sin over there, but LeBlanc catches her out with the ward. And they're going to go back in. They're going for more. Poppy is tanking the turret, but LeBlanc having the blue buff and being able to regen all that mana and be able to go after the Orianna here. But it looks like she's going to be getting engaged on by the low mana. All members of Tanuki being low on mana here and being unable to respond to this. But LeBlanc looking like she's getting overconfident here as well with her abilities on cooldown. Might be going down. Yep, and she does go down to the Ashe, but Poppy going to go back in and re-engage on the Ashe there, but she is going to go down to the auto attacks of Orianna and Ashe.
Fights like that are so interesting, yet you saw some major problems. The Legends 27 won the initial fight, and they did a spectacular job. They were able to get a couple of picks, and they showed that they were in charge. The problem is, they got too confident and went too far with too few members. If they had brought the Xayah, who is low on mana, but still an AD carry whose auto attacks are the basis for their damage, or if they had brought that Lulu, that would have made such a massive difference in that fight. We saw the potential of that Xayah and Lulu just a couple seconds ago as they quickly and easily defeated Lee Sin. Absolutely no problems at all. But the fact that LeBlanc and that Poppy went too deep without their allies, they were able to be constantly peeled off by trading aggro between them, and then they ended up falling.
This LeBlanc actually being 3 levels over the bot lane here, going for a very aggressive approach, going to get hit by the Enchanted Arrow, and she might be going down here, but it looks like Vi's going to be starting to gank top as well. Camille stuck in Poppy's barrier. Does she have flash? She does not actually right now. They are looking to possibly go for it. Camille trying to keep away at an arm's distance, and it looks like they are going to disengage off this one. But we will have to see if they actually go for a tower dive here as well. Lee Sin being in the blue side of the jungle, unable to respond at this time.
Looks like Camille was able to hold her turret. She's regenning enough health that she is not going to be able to be dove very easily. And we see that Poppy is just trying to push these waves in and continue to build up that CS advantage she already has on Camille. With Poppy, you have so much wave clear.
3 members of Team 27 going to go all in on Camille. Camille throwing down her ult, but I don't think it's going to be enough to protect her here from the onslaught that is coming on from Team The Legends 27.
That was very well coordinated and a very successful dive, giving assists to several members, and this should actually secure them the second turret of the game. This is going to continue this gold lead that the Legends 27 have been developing. Even with their sloppy play at the end of the team fight that's happened so far, they still were able to get the gold lead because of the earlier pressure they got and the push they were able to get.
And we can see as well, even though it's a 6-5 game, there is already a 4K gold lead being established by the Legends 27 here, with Poppy straight up out CSing the Camille as well and getting almost 1,000 gold more than her. Also in the mid lane, not a much of a difference here we see, but also in the bot lane we see a huge difference in CS from the Xayah and the Ashe. Ashe being denied CS by the Xayah being able to push her off of it consistently.
Overall, what is more incredible than...
Ori going to go in here as well, getting the Lulu. Lulu exhausted. Enchanted Crystal Hour is going to whiff the bot lane here, and it looks like Xayah doing tons of damage with her feathers there, able to knock out half the health bars of 3 members of Tanuki there, and it looks like they're going to have to back off.
That is the power of a Xayah ult, when she was able to turn that entire fight around by a simple combo of throwing out her ult to protect herself and then pulling that damage back through the entire enemy team to shred their health bars and root them in place. That is incredible potential that we are seeing from this Xayah, and I'm hoping to continue to see as more games end up coming out with this champion.
And we see Lee Sin going to secure his red buff. LeBlanc again going very deep here, taking multiple tower shots, drawing the aggro of the tower, having to flash out again. I'm not sure what this LeBlanc's thinking at this point. She goes very deep. She's in ward coverage right now, and looks like she's going to almost go down to the Ashe right there, actually.
She was able to barely live, but it seems that Vi is now caught out, and this is just a very bad situation overall. Vi will have a very hard time juking out of this, and LeBlanc will as well. She's deep in the enemy jungle right now, just trying to hide and get back to base without getting spotted by wards.
Actually, now that I think of it, looking at the map pressure and presence, we're going to see Nautilus go down there, actually. But, like, looking at the map pressure and presence and what LeBlanc's doing, to me, it looks very stupid. But now that I look at it, she's drawing 3 members around and able to have Poppy waltz on through without any ward coverage seeing her and take out the Nautilus there.
Absolutely. And Poppy just hopping over that wall, you saw how much damage that percent health Q does. It does 2 procs that each do a percent health damage, and against a low health person, even if that person is a tank, it just will rip their health bar apart.
Absolutely.
Xayah is an incredible split push ADC, which is very opposed to Ashe, which, while she can split push, is far more strong when you get to that team fight phase of the game, where her enchanted crystal arrow comes to a lot more effect, and those picks and slows just become far more effective.
Absolutely.
Having a Poppy this game, I would not be at all surprised if this Poppy ends up building a Titanic Hydra, because with that Xayah and Poppy, you would be able to establish such massive wave control with those two. Poppy split pushing, Xayah able to easily clear mid. You might even be able to manage a roaming LeBlanc to try to get a little damage down on sideways to get that extra pressure. It wouldn't end up being the full 1-3-1 comp, but it would still be effective. A great clone of LeBlanc, showing a lot of effectiveness at being able to dodge that enchanted crystal arrow, but there's just too many members collapsing. Vi gets ulted by Lulu to get the extra health, but she's taking so much damage, falls anyways to the Orianna auto. Lulu caught out and too deep, surrounded by enemies. Looks like Xayah is going to try to get some damage, but Orianna ult secures her, pulls her back, and they burst her down.
Almost acing team, the Legends 27 there, pulling it back for them and making that goal lead go from 4K down to 2K. Yeah, the Legends 27 do not have this game won yet, despite that large gold lead, as we can see. Tanuki able to show us how it's done and hit right back. Although Poppy going to be going in deep here, actually, for that Lee Sin. LeBlanc actually coming along from the back line here, going to have to force the Orianna to flash as well. Lee Sin going low. However, the Poppy is taking massive amounts of damage from this Ashe here. Nautilus having to flash out as well, but they're still continuing to chase as well. This LeBlanc is going completely aggro on the members of Tanuki here. However, it seems that she is not able to secure these kills quite yet.
With all of these members backing, it looks like they will easily be able to take mid tower, giving them a 3-tower advantage. While the gold isn't that different, there is still a 3k gold at 18 minutes, which is very significant, and we also are seeing the fact that 3 objectives have been taken by the Legends, meaning that is huge map pressure that they have that Team Tanuki just cannot deal with right now.
And it looks like the Legends 27 here are looking to take possibly the first dragon, and it looks like members of Team Tanuki are going to realize that this is being done and set up for. And it looks like they're going to converge now on the pit.
There might be a skirmish that is upcoming, but with this Orianna having such a good score, she has been able to afford so much in the way of AP. With that Morellonomicon cutting down her ult cooldown to approximately a little less than a minute, making it so every team fight it's going to be up and able to have a massive impact. She's also been able to get some straight AP and looks to be building into a Rabadon second item.
Looks like we're going to have Vi going in deep on the Nautilus there. Poppy going to be pinging up the Orianna against the wall. Vi going to come in with the Assault and Battery. Ori ult down, going to take 2 members. Enchant the Crystal Arrow onto the Vi, going to be shielded by the Lulu there. Looks like Poppy's in trouble here. Going to go down to the Camille and the Ashe. And it looks like it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, Tanuki and Legends 27.
This is still a very bloody game. We have 18 kills by 19 minutes.
Camille going to go in there. Xayah throwing down massive damage. Fi going to finish off the kill there as well. And it looks like this team fight's not over. These teams are choosing to pick extended team fights, which is determining how this is going to go. Which team decides to overextend it, and are they going to get punished for it as well?
Absolutely. And as I was saying, we now have 20 kills by 20 minutes, which is just absolutely incredible, the amount of deaths that have happened this game. Both teams showing they are very potent, but it seems that the Legends 27 are able to squeeze just a little bit more out every game or every fight than Team Tanuki, usually through pressuring objectives after a team fight win.
Absolutely. Looks like members of Team Tanuki and Team the Legends 47 are going to pick up their objective buffs and secure those to not be counter jungle at all. Although I don't find that very likely with the way teams are both warding their jungle. A little bit more heavy on the Legends 27 side, as we see around blue buff 1, 2, 3, 4 wards being placed around the blue buff.
Seems that Camille is looking for an engage, gets it on the Poppy, who is waiting, throws out the shield passive and is trying to deal some consistent damage, picks up the shield for the Poppy. That's going to be a huge advantage in this trade. A sweeping legs by that Camille, tries to dive out of the way, but Poppy brings up her W, able to stop it. Team fight going down by Dragon, and it seems Ashe Arrow catches out the Vi. Vi jumps in, hits the Nautilus. So far with the LeBlanc chain, Poppy was able to kill the Camille up top, and LeBlanc was able to finish that Nautilus at the same time in mid. A great Orianna ult catches 2 of the squishier members on Legends 27, but Xayah is continuing to hit and pressure with that W passive and those shredding feathers with those auto attacks, pushing Lee Sin away and making them go back to base.
And this is what I was talking about earlier with that Orianna ult. Yes, she's getting great ults, capturing multiple members of Legends 27, but there is no follow-up by the time they hit. They are done defensively and unable for anyone to engage because people are running away from them as they are being cast.
Absolutely. Orianna ult can turn fights, but it needs to have the backup with the rest of the team or the solo damage inside the Orianna to completely burst people. Right now the Orianna may be ahead, but getting all of that power on Orianna to 100 to 0 someone with your combo is difficult. Orianna isn't built to be a burst mage, and you have to be very far ahead in order to play her like one.
And the team, the Legends 27, able to pick up that Ocean Drake there, making it so if they want to be picking these extended team fights, they have the means to now with that regeneration of health. And it looks like members of Tanuki are going to be going back to their turret here, looking to try to stop the possible siege being set up by the Legends 27 here Also, it looks like we've got both bot and top lane pushing in the favor of the Legends 27, putting on that extra pressure, causing members of Tanuki to split here.
Again, we are currently